going solo tonight. Bye, y'all.
What? Where'd you go?
I'm just kidding. She would murder me. She would murder me if I did that. Probably some kind of slow and something painful. You've been busy today, huh?
Oh, I guess. Kind of. Well, felt like it was kind of a laid back day.
Kind of a laid back day. We usually don't get too many of those, but laid back day doing some crafting. Very nice. It was windy today, and it's only gonna get windier tomorrow. Hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Happy Christmas Eve if you celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays. Hope everyone is doing well. It's been exciting times. Exciting times. And I can't wait to get into it. So much has been going on over here. But we'll wait a little bit to get into that. We'll wait a little bit. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. I took off the plant here. For anyone that was in our last live, that plant started stabbing us in the face. Not a good time, so I took that plant away already. Are you disappointed? Are you upset?
No. This one's taking over, though. It's kind of stabbing us still. Well, this one's it's kind of caressing me gently.
Watch it. Watch it, plant. Fubar Ranch, hello. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas Eve. Hope everyone is doing well. So, do you want to talk? No, you can't talk a little bit about what you've been doing, but you've been crafting all day, right?
Yeah.
You having fun with that? That's like back to your roots.
Is it?
Yeah, you're crafting roots. Actually, and that's kind of what with the earth bag build, with the loft. That's kind of what you want to do for that, right? That'll kind of
Oh.
end up being a crafting nook for you.
Yep. Craft corner. Well, there's no corners there.
there's no corner in a dome. There's no corner in a dome. But yeah, the crafting nook. You know what? So I guess we should just kind of get right into it, right?
Sure. Gene versus the universe says, "Hello, guys. You have taught my wife and I so much." Really?
That's awesome. I'm glad
That's cool.
someone's getting something out of this. Out of the tomfoolery that we do in these videos. Um, so people that have probably followed, for people that have followed us on Instagram, they already know. But the dome is complete. Isn't that crazy? I should see if I can take you guys out there to give a shot. Maybe I shouldn't chance it. It's crazy to see though. It's crazy to see. Um, yeah, the word's kind of been out on Instagram already. I kind of showed some pictures and stuff or just some short video clips of it. But we got some amazing pictures and videos. I really can't wait until Saturdays. This video will be out Saturday, Christmas Day, which is perfect, really, I think, because it's right after people have opened up presents, but before Christmas dinner rolls around. And really, it gives people an excuse to kind of get away from their family for a little bit anyway. So,
It's on the Rock Homestead. Hey, Kiri.
hey, Kiri.
Do you do pictures of animals for money? Well, I did. I did. I was doing that for a while. I'm taking a break though.
Yeah, we had to shut that down we're going to be shut down for a little while. and I don't want to take words out of your mouth, but I mean, it was pretty fun for you doing that, right?
I enjoyed it.
Um, but we had to stop because it was a little too difficult balancing those drawings versus building the house. Um, it is kind of like a two-person effort out there with building those walls and everything like that. So yeah, between just the building and the editing and stuff like that, making the videos, it was just a little too much. Because it takes a while for that kind of perfection. I'm a little biased when it comes to her work, but I think it's really good. Jesse, thank you so much for the super chat.
Oh,
Green
thank
dreams do
you.
come true. Merry Christmas. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you. Um, but this next video really answers a lot of questions. I know a lot of people have been asking, like, how are you gonna close up the top of the dome? We go over that because that, you know, gets a little tricky. How are you gonna get materials up and down from there? Um, how are you gonna cob the top or anything like that? So
Yep. You'll
we
get to see all of that.
you get to see all of that. But basically, for getting up and down, I think it's pretty cool. But I kind of had a cool system of like ladders and platforms and stuff like that. Really kind of crazy, almost like a 1980s video game. You likened it to kind of like Donkey Kong, right?
Yeah.
Daniel Wilson, thank you so much for the super chat.
Oh, thank you.
Much appreciated.
Was it worth all the time, work, and struggles?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna say there are probably times on there I'm like, man, was it was it a good idea to make such a big dome? But and I'll probably have to think on this a little bit, and I think we'll probably end up doing a video of like what we would do differently, what we might keep the same and stuff like that, and lessons learned. But I feel like it was worth it. I feel like the monumental effort it took to build that, all the time and stuff like that, totally worth it. But it's difficult to describe how I feel just looking at it and being like, man, we did it. Huge accomplishment and it's done. Well, it's not done. There's still a lot more to go, but I mean, those walls are built. Now, 20-foot interior diameter, and that's over 20 feet tall. I'd say by the time we laid the last bags on top of there, what do you think we ended up? I think we ended up around 22 feet,
Yeah, it might have been close.
or between 21 to 22 for sure.
Frodo Davis asks, have you yodeled inside the dome yet?
Oh,
You're
I
giving
have
him
not, but
ideas.
now I definitely am. I'll be right back.
Yes.
uh, Klingon Princess, thank you so much for the super chat. Can't wait to see the completion. Thank you very much. I'm excited. I can't wait for you guys to see it. This, I think this video is going to be awesome. I think we just got, it's such, so many things in there of like, you know, being able to get up and down from the dome and closing it off and stuff like that. I definitely had to bring out the drone, so there's some really cool aerial shots. I can't wait for that whole thing to get put together. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. I get to see the dome out there, but I can't wait to see the video. Building with Todd, hello. I've got one more trip to pull off and I'll be 100% moved to the property over here in Tombstone. Very cool. Congratulations. Bo Mosley, welcome to the Green Dream team. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the members. Um, and yeah, we recorded a members video. So
So
for all the members, it's just a little sneak peek into kind of what we're thinking about for the future of the build and what's coming up next.
that'll
Everyone's
be coming out soon.
That'll be coming out soon. Everyone's gonna get to see it eventually, but the members get a little sneak peek. Jesse, thank you so much for the super chat. Dome Sweet Home. I know it's exciting. Um, I was thinking like I was telling her like, hey, um, we got part of a home out here. You're like, no, it's half of a house right now.
Yep.
Until we're living in it, then it's a home.
Then it's Is your dome technically an accessory unit? Is your zoning RU4? We are RU4. The dome is going to be our primary residence, so that's I guess it's not really accessory. It's the home.
I'm wondering if we can actually get signed off that it's complete now that the shell is basically up for one of the domes.
I don't know.
I don't know. I gotta look into that. Like there is a home there. It it's there right now. It just needs to kind of be finished off. But Daniel Wilson, thank you so much for the super chat. Is there fun stuff to do in Cochise? Are you in RU4 zoning? Yep, we are in RU4 zoning. Is there fun stuff? There's
not a whole lot of stuff, but
there's stuff to do all the time.
I mean, I really like the kind of nature reserves and national like park areas, and there's great hiking.
Lots of mountains for hiking. There's always things going on in different parts of Cochise County.
Bisbee's really interesting.
Yeah, you get on all the Facebook groups for Cochise County, and I got groups for everywhere. Bisbee, Sierra Vista, Elfrida. You can get all the lowdown on all the things happening. It's actually kind of, yeah. I mean, it's a big county, so there's always something going on, usually in various parts. And we don't do any of it. Maybe someday we'll take advantage of all the things Cochise County has to offer.
Does it? Oh, have you kind of checked out the acoustics in there since we closed it off? You know, it's like a.
I mean,
what the sound is like.
Yeah, I mean, and we could tell kind of before it's a kind of a unique sound, but
I don't. It's not like real echoey. I think because the walls aren't like smooth.
Oh, so yeah.
The texture of the bags on
texture of the bags kind of helps with that. But if we smooth out the walls, they might add to that echoey. And the thing is, like a lot of times, when people build domes, they don't smooth out the entire interior going all the way up to the top. A lot of times they leave like that top half with the bag texture to help with the acoustics. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. And 2 feet and how many bag levels? So I think we ended up with 47 kind of.
Yeah.
The last one was just one bag on top.
And yeah. And I was actually pretty close. I think when we started, I was predicting like 40. So it ended up to be about 7 courses higher than that. But it's a lot, like a lot of those top courses where, you almost couldn't get away from that math, could you? It was like 1 bag less per course. Literally, like we could not get away from it. But actually, I felt kind of a little bit of comfort in that because I felt like we were doing it right then. Because like mathematically, it almost equaled out for how far in the courses would come till we hit the top of the thing. You know what I mean? Way too much work. Well, it's. I guess that's really up to depends on the person. It's very kind of up to the individual. Yeah, there's a lot of work. Definitely, I think earth bag building is probably a little bit more of a team effort than just a couple people, but a couple people can do it. And I think probably the size of the dome probably is going to be dramatic. You know, like if we went with a 12-foot dome, probably would have been exponentially easier than the 20-foot dome. But but ultimately it's going to be a place that we live in, and we got to be happy with it. Better to go as large as you can rather than not be too happy with the space. You can really, you can always expand, but you can never like get it, or you can't expand. You can't change it once it's there.
I guess we can build additions, or
Yeah, but they can't be unless you're their plan. They can't be added.
yeah, I can, but it's not easy.
I wouldn't do
It's,
it.
with the dome being so high, would it be safe with high winds, etc.?
Huh.
Um,
Very safe.
well, building it, being up there, and having to walk around on top of there is probably not too safe in high winds.
Right. Yeah. Obviously.
Once it's built, it's very wind resistant. A dome is really good for that. So structurally very safe.
Very aerodynamic wind, just right over. Actually, yeah, and really one of the best builds for winds. That's the thing, because traditional roof, you get strong enough wind, come right off. But kind of, well, there's no roof, nothing to kind of rip off on. Withstand high winds, earthquakes, fire resistant. I love it.
Do you have to abide by particular zoning laws? Yes.
Yeah, we're pretty much governed by most regulations that most people have. We got the zoning laws, got permits. We need permits for everything. The only thing really kind of different about where we live versus most places is just that ability to kind of opt out of inspections. And yeah, we still got to build the code. Everything's got to be up to code, but
no one checks.
No one checks.
Well,
You're on the honor system.
And some of the process of going through the permitting is a lot easier and hopefully less expensive.
Way less expensive for sure.
Jesse asks, what are the wood triangles coming out of the side?
Oh, those are our eaves.
Yep. And we'll be doing something with that coming up.
Coming up soon. We gotta test it out first. I'm nervous, but Jess has a plan. She's got a plan. She's got everything worked out. I'm sure it'll just get knocked out super easy.
Like it always does.
When you're done living in a dome, turn it into a big pizza oven.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That's what I said once we finished it. I'm like, we just built the world's largest pizza oven. Can you imagine the pizzas we can make out of that?
Do you have an address already, or did you have to build a primary structure?
You can get the address as soon as you put in the paperwork for the building permits. Then once you put in that paperwork, then they send you the address right away. It really was pretty quick, wasn't it? It was pretty quick. Okay, it looks like an orange. Frodo Davis says it looks like an orange. When are you starting Dome 2? Can I come fill a few bags? E.T. Travis. I probably won't be starting Dome 2 for a little while yet. There is a bunch of things we got to do. And we kind of want to finish off the outside of this one a little bit, just so that we're not working on the second dome, and then we got to go back to the first dome to like patch up some of the cob or something like that. And plus, like especially near the top, you don't want like cobs falling off the top. We got to get all the way up there and recob. You don't want to do that. Some of those places might be actually be kind of difficult to get to. Your wife did 60% of the work. That's pretty impressive calculation. Uh could be. I don't know. I guess I haven't figured out the I
I don't know how you
haven't figured out the
calculate that.
percentage of that. But
Is that
Jess,
in time or energy or?
well, I don't know because in time and energy, that might be me because I've been doing a lot of digging. Not a lot, not a lot. I do a lot of stuff that doesn't actually get onto the videos because it's just boring. It's just digging and
It's
moving dirt.
digging for hours.
uh, but I feel like when it came to the building, I kind of regulated to myself a little bit more of the physically intensive labor, the digging, the shoveling, hauling dirt around. Whereas I was like, when we started this, I'm like, Jess, you're doing the bag work because she really has the eye for, making things just right, getting the, everything just where it needs to be. She's like the perfectionist. And laying those bags, although it can be tiring work, you know, she doesn't have to like lift up the bags
Yeah.
or anything. They just get filled right in place, laid down. So I feel like it was a really good of work between the both of us. Um, and then, of course, once all the bags are filled, usually I do the tamping, which, you know, well, when it got near the top, the tamping was real easy. I'll tell you that much. Clazy, thank you so much for the super chat, $25. Man,
Nice, thank you.
thank you so much.
Crew did 60% of the work. He does the supervising, right?
Crew does 60% of the sleeping around here. He does the supervising. He also has guard duty, 24/7 guard dog.
Are y'all going to Homestead? Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan. Kind of being self-sufficient out here, growing our own food. Um, we're heading that way. We're trying.
We know Crew did all the digging. Not trying to. Yeah, he likes digging for sure. But
He likes to dig, if only it were in the appropriate spots. And now he wants something. He's by the door. This is weird.
Oh, shit.
I thought he was gonna be. Yeah, you can let him in. Can let him
I'm
in.
gonna put his bed up. He wants to go to bed.
Be rad to see Christmas lights on the dome. Should we?
Oh yeah.
Should we string some Christmas lights up there? That would be a mess with all the wires we got sticking out of there. Yeah, that would become a tangled mess real quick. Question: why do you keep Crew on a leash all the time? Predators? There are predators out here, but if Crew was off leash, he would be the predator. um, the thing with Akitas is that they are, especially him, but Akitas can be, they're very protective. They're very. Uh oh.
He's off leash right now.
He's off leash. He's off leash right now. Can be very protective. They're very. They have a very high prey drive. So, yeah, we kind of keep him on a leash when he's outside, kind of for his protection. Because if he were to chance just to see an animal, a rabbit running around, coyote or something like that, cow, he would just go after it. And when that prey drive kicks in, Whether it's if there's no fencing well, maybe there might be, if there's a wall that's gonna stop them, but barbed wire fence, you'll just run right through that. So and there are a lot of other things too, like rattlesnakes, stuff like that. Things we just want to be careful of. And if he's wandering off on his own, you never know what could happen. Ultimately, we wouldn't want to keep him on a leash. We did once we started the house. We did kind of have this vision of like creating like a walled off area, almost like kind of like a backyard type thing, where he could kind of have a space. But Crew's kind of funny. Has a very business like demeanor, very serious all the time, and he's not one for kind of playing games or anything like that. If you get him into a yard like that with like a walled off space, all he does when he first gets into that space is he makes these like little circles and patrols the whole perimeter and investigates everything, and then he lays down again. So that's kind of what it is. Yeah, I mean we don't do that to kind of be cruel or anything. It's just for as the Akitas go, they can be with that prey drive. Just got to kind of keep them in check a little bit. Jay Duncan, thank you so much for the super chat, $50. Merry Christmas from the Duncan family. Super generous. Thank you so much for that. John, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. Always appreciate that. Jesse, welcome to the crew pack. Wow, thank you so much.
Oh my goodness.
We really appreciate that. We don't try pushing the memberships too hard. I know, I know money's tight for a lot of people, especially in these times. But it really helps. It really helps us for people that really enjoy the videos or getting a lot out of it. They want to contribute a little bit. The memberships really help us keep doing what we're doing. So it's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Did I miss anything?
Kind of like while you were gone, I was talking about why we keep Crew on a leash. Why we keep them on a leash. But yeah, very good point, Jesse. Just people watching our videos, hitting that thumbs up. I mean, that is more than enough support if anyone can actually become a member or anything like that. Just watching our videos, giving a thumbs up, it helps tremendously. So, we appreciate the time people take to invest in watching those videos, and we appreciate it.
Yes, really do.
Because it's a blast. It's been a blast. It's been a blast making those videos. I have fun filming. I have fun just being able to kind of get on camera and just. Oh no! What's going on? So you want to be back outside right away? He just wanted a drink of water.
You're just thirsty.
Eddie always wants to go back out.
He's been outside a lot lately.
Yeah, yes.
Come on.
He's taking advantage of that cooler weather, I guess. I'm curious, what are you going to use to cap the top? Actually, the top is already capped, and we just went straight up with the earth bags. Straight up with the earth bags. Saturday's video. You'll get to see all that on Saturday's video. I'm very excited. Tony, what's up? Earthling Drew says, we appreciate all the free information and building skills. We appreciate putting it out there. I think one of the cool things about putting out videos regularly about the build is not every video is going to be like, information packed, dense, and stuff like that. It's like our videos aren't necessarily how-to videos. I mean, it could be if you watch them like all. but you get to see a lot of our thinking, a lot of our processes. A lot of that gets worked out almost in real time on these videos, and we don't hold anything back. If things don't go well, we show it, you know, and we don't try and sugarcoat it. We don't try and, you know, hide the mistakes. We're going to put them out there because if an idea is a bad idea, we're going to want to let you know. And if it works, all the better. Like the ladder lift. The ladder lift ended up working out really well. You
But we
know,
tried a bunch of other
there were a
things
bunch
that
of other things that didn't
not
work
so
out so
good.
well. And even the ladder lift took a while just to kind of key it in just right. I mean, how many things of like, I can't even, I don't even want to go for how many DDSs I tried doing on that. Jeff Green, thank you so much for the super chat. Your videos bring happiness to others. Thank you.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah. I mean, as well as, sharing our story, trying to give information on what we're doing and the processes and stuff like that. I really want people to enjoy their time with us. And, if we can make some people smile after they watch our videos, that's,
A giant dung beetle sculpture. I agree. I think that would be awesome.
yeah. Now it needs to
why,
happen.
why don't we have one already?
I don't know. But now we got to do it.
What are the wires that hang down from the dome? You answered that one yet?
I haven't.
That's coming up too soon.
Well, I mean, we have answered that in previous videos. There's no big secret on that. But yeah, we got those wires in place there in case we wanted to add straw bales to the outside of the earth bag dome, which we are going to attempt to do. We're kind of making plans, seeing how we can like get the straw bales up there, get them secured and everything like that. But the wire sticking out of there is to help with that. First, we got to see if we can get the straw bales up there, and the best way to do that.
Right. Where'd you get the big poly tanks?
I got them online. And when I first we're searching for poly tanks online. When I first found them, they were a pretty good deal, but then they kind of gave me the runaround a little bit, and they're like, "Oh no, we can't get them from here. We got to get them from this area, then this date," and kind of got further and further away.
And the shipping
and then
got more.
shipping got a little higher. So it probably came in maybe a little under what I would have paid if I had gotten them locally. But I would suggest if you can get them locally, maybe that's the best way to go. Unless they don't give you the runaround if you get them online, then you can get them cheap. One straw bale here is $16 in Western Washington. It's slightly better for us. We can get them for about $11. So definitely not the cheapest I've seen. I've heard of. I've heard in some parts of the country you can get them for like $3-4 or something like that.
Really?
That's just a guess. I think that's what I heard.
Are you going to have farm animals?
Oh yeah, you know it, man. I kind of wanted animals already. I know you probably did too.
Yep. Well, we do have chickens. Those are
We got chickens.
farm animals.
And we're definitely going to get more animals. I think it's got to be sometime after the build to really give the time and attention the animals need. But we definitely have plans, so it's just getting that worked out. It must be an incredible feeling when you look at every inch of your property and have a memory tied to it. Yeah. It's. I think it'll especially be stronger after we've been out here for like a much longer time. But even as I look around the area, already there's lots of memories being tied to some of these things, and as we kind of expand, I think that'll even grow even more. Why not a roll of straw? They are longer and thinner. I don't actually know if we can get those here. Plus, transportation wise, I don't know. But it's good thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, if we could get that, that might be pretty nice to put it over.
Curious, are you going to start a sanctuary for animals? Kind of funny that you should mention that. I don't know if that was kind of our intent, um, but your brother actually kind of, but that's kind of his dream thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So maybe that's something that I could do with my brother here.
That's a possibility.
I would like to devote part of our property to just kind of keeping it wild and having a place for the wildlife to go.
Mm-hmm. But also, develop other parts, food forests and everything like that, gardens. I'm excited. Paul says, I love the TikTok of Crew trying to bury the end of his leash. Earthlinger says, I could see Crew herding around sheep. I couldn't see that. He would definitely chase. He would definitely herd them, just in probably random directions and all kind of particular ways.
You definitely chase them.
Have you thought about getting a pig and calf raised as siblings? Early spring and in the freezer late October, November.
I don't. We didn't really talk about that. We're considering certain animals. We're still kind of in the deciding process. And
I think for sure you have an idea of one type of animal you want to get.
yeah, leaning towards it. I don't want to make commitments right
She
now.
can't make commitments. She's got a fear of commitments. Oh my goodness. The mindful home says heard them right into his mouth. He would definitely try. He would, but Crew's not like, he doesn't eat anything he kills. But I think that's part of the breed. Like they have that hunting instinct in them, but it's just to kill, and then they leave it. Is that accurate? I don't want to say things that aren't accurate.
Yeah. I think that's correct. You okay?
Losing feeling in my arm.
Oh.
Building what Todd says, some chocobos would be cool.
Chocobos.
Are you familiar with the chocobo?
No.
Final Fantasy? Ah! Working butts off. Midlife prices, hello? Not anymore. Now we're taking it easy, and we're doing some arts and crafts over here.
Arts and
crafts. The dome is done. The walls of the dome is done. So it'll be now just kind of focusing on kind of closing it up. Making sure there are no big gaping holes. Doing some outside stuff. Oh, I'm excited. Jerry. Thank you so much for the wow.
Thank you. That's
$100 super chat. I'm blown away. Thank you so much for that. Oh, my little homestead. They say
Hey,
congrats.
hey guys. Thank
Hello.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Man, blown away. I can't believe we did it. Our first dome. And we we did it without it collapsing. I'm amazed. But that's mainly because of her. That's mainly because of her fastidious attention to detail and getting those bags just right.
Being an Earth Dome house, do you have to worry about radon? We did put like a radon kind of system in there.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
So
hopefully
basically, yeah, basically we'll kind of like pump out the any gases that are down there. Hopefully it works. This off-grid life says congrats. Thank you very much.
thank you
We're
very much.
excited. We're excited. Oh man. But now, now that's cool. Now that all the hard work is done of building those walls, now it's a lot of fun stuff coming up. I can't wait. Do they usually collapse at some point during the build? Um, I guess I can't say. I don't know. You don't hear the stories of someone trying to build a dome and then them collapsing. But I would imagine that if they were to collapse, it would be at a point during the build because maybe things aren't lining up quite right. Maybe you're kind of off on some of the measurements. So I think if there were a weakness in the walls, you would know about it before getting all the way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get up to the top, once it's tamped solid, then that whole structure is going to support itself. So it's actually kind of less stable as you're building, and then as you finish it, it becomes more and more stable. Wrong building materials. That's another consideration.
Bodrick says, look up how they make straw bale vine walls. Might be a process you can augment to repurpose. I'll do that. Thank you. And still asks what the straw bales will do once we put them up there. Basically, it's going to act as insulation.
Yeah, very. I really like that idea, and I hope it can work out because if we can combine the earth bags with the straw bales, then you get that um, effect of not only the um, thermal mass of the earth bags, but also the insulative quality of the straw bales.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I think that will be most effective on the top part of the dome, so that's why we're doing it on the top.
yeah.
How is the tree doing, the one that you planted in your mom's memory?
I think it's doing well.
It's hanging in there. So now that it's winter, this is a deciduous tree, so it's losing its leaves.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see in the spring how it does.
Yeah, so as far as we know, it's still going in there, but yeah, it'll be before the spring before we see if it comes back. That's a really good sign.
Mm-hmm.
John asks, what will you heat with? We're looking at doing rocket mass heaters. And I really like the idea of that. I think it would be a really effective way of heating the Earth bag dome. Instead of like a space heater where you're just kind of heating the air in the space, if you get that heat into the walls, into those earthen walls, and then it can radiate outwards.
Heats the mass.
And there's a lot of mass to heat.
And it can use stick fuel, so which is good for us because it's kind of hard to get like wood, like logs and things for burning. So but there's plenty of stick fuel around here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, did you cob the last bag? Yep,
Yeah.
it's all covered.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. So, we got the last of the bags up there, and then we had to cob right away. In fact, the whole system for getting the material up and down from there is in place. So we want to just get it done, get the bags protected, and we're ready to go. What are you planning to use for your exterior cob? Organic paint? Actually, we talk a little bit about that. So hopefully we can kind of use straw bales for the top of the dome. We're possibly looking into doing some thatching for the roof. And then for the bottom part of the dome, there's going to be more just kind of like a regular cob. But then we're looking at doing a kind of a more natural plaster using maybe some materials um, like cow dung and nopal cactus. Not pregnant.
Nope, sorry.
Sorry. I'm really excited about that, the plaster. Now, I'm not excited necessarily about getting my hands into some cow dung, but kind of using that and putting that on the exterior.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my little homestead asked lime. And lime is something we were thinking about for a while. We were thinking about that for a while because we were kind of thinking that would be the way to go.
Yeah.
And it can be a way to go, but we're just thinking that the right kind of lime we would need would be kind of expensive, might be difficult to get. So we're looking at that as an alternative.
Yeah. Right. I think we're gonna kind of experiment a little with
Might experiment with
some
some
other
different
things,
things and
and if
techniques.
that doesn't work out, I think lime would be the way to go.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Have y'all been able to observe the watershed good enough to know where you want to put swales and ponds?
Yes. Actually, that was something we even kind of were looking at before we even moved out here. We did maps of we did contour maps um, before we even came out here, saying where would be a good place for swales and everything like that. And then we've been living out here for the past few monsoon seasons, so we got to see how the rain just kind of falls on the property, and it literally just kind of falls on the property. There isn't too many areas where you see a lot of running water. So we got everything pretty mapped out pretty well, and I think we have some pretty good ideas of where to put some swales in for
Yep.
some water harvesting.
Yeah. And Christmas bone for crew.
Thank you, E.T. Travis.
Thank
Christmas
you.
bone for crew. I know he appreciates that.
At any point, did you two consider a skylight or a circle of windows on the top of your earth bag dome?
You were actually considering a lot of different things to put on the top. I think skylights. What's that one thing with like a jar of water?
Yeah. Well, bottles.
Yeah, like a bottle, like a big bottle, but like a big bottle of water, right?
Yeah.
It's like a big thing that
I,
goes into the
I
top.
guess. Yeah. And then
It's filled with water.
it almost works like a light bulb.
Yeah.
Puts the light down
And
refracts it.
you were really kind of bouncing around a bunch of different options, but then you kind of settled on one. We wanted to just kind of finish it off, right? And kind of because we kind of made a bunch of complicated things in there, and it kind of took a little while, and we're like, we just need to get this done. Plus, you really wanted to err on the side of comfort as far as efficiency of the heating and cooling versus the light.
Yeah. Especially for us here in the summer it can get pretty hot, and that's going to be when the sun is right overhead and might get more light and more heat down in there. So I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and there's a surprising amount of light already in the dome. Yeah, near the top it looks a little dark, but nothing a little LED light couldn't fix.
Mhm.
Do you think that the channel help keep you accountable?
I think so.
It definitely, because it just one it kind of helps you keep a schedule because there's kind of a rhythm for the videos, and so there's kind of a rhythm for the work, and so it just helps keep everything organized, keep everything flowing. I probably would be tempted, if we didn't have the channel, it'd probably be hard for me to keep on track and keep moving, but it definitely helps keep me organized.
When do you think you'll be living in the dome?
Oh,
That's hard to say
it's hard to say,
because
because we need a second dome first,
mm,
and then all the electricity and finishing things off could take a little while.
yeah,
Depends on how quickly this next dome goes. Maybe it'll go faster than the first one.
I hope so.
I hope so. And we learned a lot by building this, and it's just taking all those lessons, um, all the things we've learned, and apply that to the second dome. But you can only go as fast as you can lay the bags, right?
Yes.
13 Moons Homestead, or well, excuse me, 13 Moons Over Mayhem. Excellent channel rebrand. I made it, didn't realize what time it started. That's okay. We're glad you're here.
Good to see you.
Is there a drop dead deadline for finishing? No. It's just going to be whenever we can finish. I've learned now not to, I think she always asks me, like, how long do you think this will take? I'm like, I don't know.
It always takes longer.
It always takes longer. Yeah. We're just going to do the best we can, and it'll get done when it gets done. Oh, he's still outside, isn't he?
Yes,
It is dark out there. Is the second dome going to be as high as this one? It will be almost an exact duplicate of this one. Same diameter, and if it's the same diameter, it's got to be the same height. There'll probably be a loft in there, probably be eaves. Whether we add more windows or not, that might be a possible change. I am considering. Now, you guys hear this. You guys will hear this first. But just something in my head. I might consider doing like a kind of platform up high. Yeah, what do you call that? Like a high platform where we can
balcony?
A deck, a balcony. I might consider doing a balcony for this one. Something where we could kind of like go up and out of the dome and kind of enjoy, because especially this east dome will have a great view of the mountains. So maybe this one will have a loft and a balcony, but no promises. We'll see how that goes. Or maybe if we could just put the entrance, or like a entrance from the loft to the outside. Then you could go right from the loft to the balcony, and we'd have a really great view of the mountains.
How big is your property? Do you have close neighbors? We have 40 acres, and our neighbors aren't super close, but I mean, we can see them where we are.
Yeah, especially when we're working on top of the dome.
Well, we could see a lot from there. Closest neighbors, maybe a half mile from us. Did you say?
Uh, yeah, maybe a little, probably actually a little more than a half mile. Midlife Crisis says Brian is still outside. Brian's still out on the roof and it's dark.
Oh,
Tell him to get his butt inside. That's dangerous work being up there in the dark. Brian and crew got to get inside. It's not safe out there. Brian's really working his butt off. They're really pushing on that house. It's looking really great. Got the sheathing on the roof. I helped with those trusses, by the way, so you know those trusses aren't real nice. You know those trusses aren't going nowhere.
how many months did it actually take to build the dome?
That's a really difficult question. I can tell you how long it took us to build the dome.
Well, we started in January. I think it was like mid-January.
Something like that.
So I mean, it was.
And now it's December.
It's almost been a year.
But I mean, so much has gone on during that time, and it's difficult to say because there was a lot of delays with weather and stuff like that.
So it wasn't like we were constantly, building that dome.
Yeah, and the videos take time, so I'd say, and the drawings. So like it got kind of tough there actually getting time to work on the dome, because there's only so many days in a week, But sometimes like only half of the week we can put toward building the dome, and then when the drawings come, sometimes even a little less than that.
Yeah.
But once we got a lot of those obligations done, that it went a lot quicker, and so hopefully the second dome will be just the same.
How soon until the interior work starts? That might be a while.
It'll be a little bit. It'll be a little bit.
Do some things on the inside, but I think we're gonna focus on kind of finishing the outside first.
Get the outside done that way.
Get it a little more weather.
Once we start on the second dome, then we don't gotta worry about the first one. Well, you've got to figure life into your timeline. We don't have lives. Actually, now with actually got a little bit more of a life with your family being around. Been spending a lot of time with them too, right?
Yeah.
So that's been nice.
Yes.
Glenda says, hello to all. Merry Christmas to you. Be safe and enjoy your day. Merry Christmas to you as well. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone, if you haven't heard us before. How full is the huge earth bag water tank by now? Same as the last time we checked. Probably about 1,000 gallons. We just haven't had any rain since the end of the monsoon season. Yeah. Or like a little bit, but not a lot.
And right now it's just going directly into the other tanks.
Yep.
So only time we get it into that cistern is if those tanks overflow.
And we get a little bit from the roof.
Oh yeah.
Sure. 13 Moons Over Mayhem says, I'm so impressed with you guys. I don't think I would have had the patience to keep going for so long. It's kind of crazy. I think probably it's a lot of hard work and it took a long time. So it definitely takes a certain amount of insanity to do something like that. But I think we've always kind of taken on larger than life projects. I think we don't know when to say no to something that sounds like kind of crazy. Thomas, hello. Hey, where are you? We're in the RV. No lives from the dome just quite yet. But that is our time. What do you have? One last question you want to throw out there?
Sure. Ron asks, what is the difference between the inside and outside temperatures in the dome now?
Yeah, I kind of did check on that a little bit that today actually, so kind of a opportune time for that question. And there was probably like maybe a 7 degree difference between the outside ambient temperature and the inside of the dome. So it'll be kind of interesting to see like once we close off the big gaping holes if that changes.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely feels a lot cooler on the inside, I'll tell you that. But part of that's probably just getting out of the sun.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Man, thank you so much for joining us during the live. Definitely check out Saturday's video. We're closing off the dome, or the dome gets closed off in there. You know, we build a whole system for getting up and down from there. So it's a very cool. A lot of changes happen with there, and you get to see the whole thing getting closed off. Huge milestone. So thanks guys for joining us. Thank you so much to our moderators for keeping this thing running smoothly. And have a good night. Have a Merry Christmas. And we'll see you Saturday. Good night.